Good evening. Welcome to First Church of Religious Science. Welcome to our Thursday evening self-healing class based upon Louise Hay's transformative book, You Can Heal Your Life. I want to welcome all of you who are signing in on Zoom now. This is a very large Zoom class. Really happy you're here. I want to welcome all of you who are watching today, this afternoon, on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Spotify. This has become one of the bigger Zoom gatherings, Louise Hay groups in the country, in the world. And we're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're part of it. Especially grateful for those of you who keep tuning in and keep doing the work. And I'm grateful for everyone who's new. So we will have a time at the end of the gathering for everybody who wants to share. You'll be able to share for a couple minutes. And if you're new, please say hello so we can hear where you're from and welcome you. Again, special shout out to all who are new. This particular center church was started by Raymond Charles Barker, who was a visionary and an author, visionary in the New Thought movement. Louise Hay is perhaps our most famous student. She was a practitioner here at First Church and author, and she was deeply connected with First Church. Her teachings continue to be an inspiration for everybody worldwide, and we're privileged and grateful to be able to continue on with her work. Her teachings continue to inspire people and uplift us, reminding us of the infinite well of love that's deep at the center of our being, as she would say. It reminds us of the oneness that the connection we have with Source, the connection we have with everything. That's really the heart of religious science and what Louise Hay was teaching. What we give out comes back to us, that we are connected. We are one with this one energy. It's a presence. It's never an absence. So the spirituality we look for is always found within, deep at the center of our being. As Louise would say, there is an infinite well of love. Our gatherings are offered free of charge. We accept what we'll call love offerings. So if you'd like to support the work at the center, there's always options in the chat. We appreciate anything anybody does. Raymond Charles Barker used to say, he has a rich father, meaning he's trusting in the process of life, and we operate the same way. We trust in the process of life. And for those who are inclined to want to support the work we do, we're most grateful. Today, we're going to be focusing on embracing self-healing through the power of affirmations. Many of you know about affirmations. I don't know if everyone realizes how important they are. That was a core message or practice of Louise Hay in her teachings. We don't always talk about the importance of releasing different ideas, negative thoughts that we have, but that's equally important, or it's very important. Affirmations are positive statements that can help us overcome old thinking, negative thinking, and beliefs that we harbor. And if you're thinking, I've talked about this so many times, it's worth repeating many times, because most of us have still within us things that are working against us, let's put it that way. Belief system, and so we play with the word BS. We have things within us where we hold a grievance. We don't know why we do. We hang on to something, some strong opinion, some thought, some negativity. And I'm here to promise you it doesn't help you. And it would be really good if we could become like a detective, that we could do a scan of ourselves. Wherever there's a resentment or a negative thought or an idea or story that you're harboring, it would be smart in a class like this if you could at least identify it. We can go back to the 12-step approach, where they don't even ask you to get rid of it. They just say, become aware of it. So in this particular class, maybe as we go through a few releases, maybe something comes to mind. I know when you work with affirmations, oftentimes you strike gold, meaning I might affirm that I'm prosperous and abundant, and that sounds good until something comes up which will say, oh, no, you're not. You don't really believe that, So when you're doing your affirmations and something comes right back at you, that's what I call striking gold, because sometimes beneath the surface, there's things. In fact, often beneath the surface, there's things. And what we want to do is we want to become good at unearthing that stuff. I like the idea of doing a daily inventory. Basically, it's a time during the day. Most people do it at the end of the day, but you could do it in the middle of the day, where you just meditate and reflect on what it's been like being you, and what's working for you and what isn't working for you. And so the things that aren't working for you could be your thoughts, your behaviors, grudges, things you're holding on to. It's good to make note of these things so that you can release. Because any of these things that are held within become barriers for you to experience the kind of life you really are meant to experience, the life you could be experiencing. So we use affirmations. They're powerful tools to help us reprogram our subconscious mind and promote healing. Now, without getting into another lesson, most of the programming happens when we're kids. They come in through our parents, our grandparents, our people, and it gets reinforced in all kinds of ways in our early years. And we're not here to judge anybody. It's just the way it happens for most everyone. So I have a lot of programming. We can think of it, we can play with the word, we can think a lot of baloney, a lot of BS. And a lot of the programming is really good. And then a lot of it's not so great. So we want to have the willingness to change the lesser ideas for the greater. I'm trying to present this in such a simple way. So we become mindful of our mind. I ask the question every Thursday, what's it been like being you? It's only because I want people to become more mindful of what it is, the thoughts that they're thinking, because the thoughts that they're thinking are very creative. And they're habitual. So if you become more mindful of what it is that you're thinking and saying, you'll have an opportunity to catch yourself, and then you can turn many of these thoughts around. By changing our thoughts, we change our lives. Okay, remember that. By changing our thoughts, we can change our lives. We can heal our life. Where did I hear that before? So to begin, let's always center ourselves in the realization. Take that pause that we talk about in many lessons to center ourselves. We can do it with a little meditation. Maybe right now, let's close our eyes for a moment or two. It'll be very brief. And take in a deep, calm breath and another. And allow your body to relax every time you exhale. Breathe in golden light. Visualize perhaps warm, healing light surrounding you, filling you with peace and serenity. And silently repeat the affirmation, I'm safe, I am healed, I am whole. Continue to breathe in deeply, feeling the healing light envelop you. Louise taught us that our thoughts and beliefs shape our experiences. And by changing our thoughts, we will change our lives. Affirmations ideally are stated in the present tense, where we are specific and positive. I've put together a few for you. Here's the first one. You can take it right into your being. I am worthy of love and happiness. Yes, I am worthy of love and happiness. I am surrounded by abundance and prosperity. I am surrounded by abundance and prosperity. I am confident in my ability to achieve my goals. Again, I'm confident in my ability to achieve my goals. I am deserving of all the good things that life has to offer. I am deserving of all the good things life has to offer. I'm a magnet for positive and loving relationships. Yes, breathe that in and say it again. I am a magnet for positive and loving relationships. Another. I am healthy, vibrant, and full of energy. Again, I'm healthy, vibrant, and full of energy. I am at peace with myself and the world around me. I am at peace with myself and the world around me. So let's explore this further by understanding the essence of affirmations. Affirmations are simple. They're positive statements. Hopefully, they're best when you make your own. They're simple, positive statements which declare specific goals in their completed states. They can help eliminate negative beliefs and by replacing them with positive ones. I've given you a few examples. I'll give you another. An example of an affirmation for health would be, every single cell in my body is healthy and vibrant. So if you can say that with a feeling, right? Because always going to be best is when you can get behind it with a feeling. Every single cell in my body is healthy and vibrant. So let's talk about creating some personalized affirmations. Identify areas in your life where you seek improvement or healing. Now, for everybody, it can be different. You could have your wrist. Maybe you type too much, or you've got constriction, or it might be an ankle, or it could be some part of your body. It could be an organ. It could be something going on with one of your children or your loved ones. Some area where you seek improvement or healing. So it can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be in your thinking, it could be in your affairs, it could be in your, anything in your atmosphere, your life, your work. Identify an area in your life where you seek some kind of healing or improvement. And what you want to do in terms of affirmations, you want to formulate positive, present tense statements that will reflect the desired outcome for you. So let's say we're doing one on self-love. A great affirmation would be, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. You can imagine how that could be helpful if that were my issue, where I'm rejecting myself or I'm not feeling adequate in some way. And I have a whole bunch of stuff going on around that subject. The instruction is to formulate a positive, present tense statement that reflects the desired outcome. And here it is again. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. And if you were to take that affirmation and repeat it often and bring it to a point of belief, watch how things would start to change. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. It's not I love and accept myself when I do this, or after I lose this weight, or after I accomplish something. It's, again, the formula here is to formulate a positive present tense statement that reflects your desired outcome. So a person who is having challenges with self-esteem and different aspects of their life, it's a very beautiful and simple statement. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I think all of us probably could benefit from utilizing that particular affirmation. But the key is always to be consistent and be repetitive. It's like we're laying tracks in our brain and our neural pathways. I love, accept, and approve of myself is what I've been saying for many years, exactly as I am. Excuse me. Repeat your affirmation daily, preferably in front of a mirror. Mirror work is very powerful. I know you don't always have time to do it, nor do I, but it's powerful. If you have the time, or make the time, repeat your affirmation daily in front of the mirror and look yourself directly in the eye when you say, I love, accept, and approve of you exactly as I am. Or today's affirmation, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. So write your affirmations down and place them where you will see them often. When I first started working with them, that was always on I had a desktop. So I'd always had affirmations on my desktop of my computer. I would have them on the mirror in the bathroom. I would have them on the refrigerator. Somehow I'd have some type of a magnet. So you want to have them in places where you'll see them often. Today, everyone has smartphones, so you can send yourself messages. You can time them even. There's all kinds of ingenious ways to remind yourself of these. Write them down, do something, create something so you'll see them often. Practice them. Practice gratitude by acknowledging the positive affirmations. So I have lots of examples. I'll give you just a few more. For health, you could say, every cell in my body is healthy and vibrant. For prosperity, here's an affirmation. I'm open to receiving abundant blessings in my life. Very simple, very direct, very powerful. I'm open to receiving abundant blessings in my life. And we can move into the next for peace. And again, we keep these simple and we just repeat them often and often. For peace, I am at peace with myself and the world around me. That's an easy one. It's powerful. I'm at peace with myself and the world around me. For many years, I've been saying, I could see peace instead of this. It's a very, very helpful affirmation. I could see peace instead of anything. So I like mine, but whatever one works for you. Because when I use mine, which is the one I could see peace instead of this, it's a reminder that I'm always at choice. And, we're here we live, we move, we have our being in divine substance. And what we're doing as practitioners or people who practice this teaching, we're always trading in the lesser for the greater. And I'm at peace with myself and the world around me. Or if I'm going into an area where there's a possible conflict, I can tell myself that I could see peace instead. And I can. And that's really the work that we do. So let's deepen our practice with a practical exercise with mirror work. The suggestion is to stand in front of a mirror. I don't know if you can do that now, but just make note of the practice. Stand in front of a mirror and take a moment to really look at yourself with love. And then focus on your own eyes. Notice any feelings that come up for you, any feelings that arise. Sometimes we're critical of ourselves, and there's a moment where it's a challenge. But after that passes, choose an affirmation that resonates with you and say it aloud while looking into your eyes. So you might at first start to be like moving your hair, your face, and then stop that and just connect with your face, connect with your eyes. Notice if anything comes up, positive or negative, just let it come. And then choose an affirmation that resonates with you and say it aloud while looking into your eyes. The one that we hear most often is, and you would say this to yourself, I love, accept, and approve of you exactly as you are. Or I love, accept, and approve of myself exactly as I am. So you're saying it directly to yourself. So you'd say it that way. I love, accept, and approve of myself exactly as I am. Pay attention to any resistance if it comes up, or any uncomfortability. These feelings are normal, and they will diminish the more you do this. I love, accept, and approve of myself exactly as I am. These feelings, again, will diminish. They're normal. Make this mirror work a daily practice, even if it's only for a second or two. Smile at yourself. Give yourself a wink. Give yourself a thumbs up. Make it a daily practice, gradually increasing the time you spend doing what we call mirror work. As we work with affirmations, it's common to unearth negative thoughts and feelings. I've been working with affirmations for such a long time, and I remember people telling me, wherever we start thinking positively, all these negative things come forward. And the way to think of that is you're striking gold. Because if you're telling yourself that I'm supplied and supported, that I'm prosperous, I'm successful, and then something comes back at you, oh no, you're not. What you're doing then is you're striking gold. You're hitting at the unhealed parts of your belief system, the parts of yourself that are rejecting yourself, the parts of yourself that would suggest that you're not great, you're not wonderful, or that would suggest you're not a success, or you're not healthy. So don't be dismayed. It's very normal. You just stay at it. In our textbook, Ernest Holmes interestingly describes the affirmative prayer process and the glossary, the time, the art, the method of ridding that negativity from within you so you can experience the beauty, the truth, the God, the sublime. So the kingdom is here and it's available for all of us. We're not experiencing it because we have so much stuff that gets in the way. So we learn to live the affirmative life. We learn to do affirmations. We continue to work on them. Early, late, and often was the expression that was taught to me many years ago, meaning I go into prayer often throughout the day. If I get off track, which I do, I get back on track. I just release whatever negative thought there is and just move into a positive one. I will tell myself, this is God in my life. You might add, what is God in my life? And I will say everything is Spirit unfolding in your life. So when you hit a negative spot or something comes up, notice that it comes up for you. It doesn't come up to you. Just gently release it. Think of it like striking gold, as I said, because it provides an opportunity to release the need for something, a limiting belief. Whenever anything unlike light, unlike love, anything unlike happiness or joy comes to mind, set your intention to release the need for it. You say, I release the need for this commotion, I release the need for this conflict, I release the need for whatever it is that's causing an issue. Louise emphasized that our habituated thoughts often hold us back. And here's the thing, we are at choice. There's nothing really holding us back except, again, what did she say? Our habituated thought. They hold us back. So that's our consciousness. If I have a consciousness that's full of strife and a lot of unhealed stuff, what Louise is saying that it's our habituated thoughts that are holding us back. So we want to do a mental house cleaning. She would say you begin wherever you are, like cleaning a house, she said. You just begin with the thoughts you're thinking and cancel them, release them and cancel them, replace them. So we want to acknowledge what we're thinking, feeling, and then after that we want to release them and make space for the positive affirmations to take root. So when we encounter a negative thought, recognize it, thank it for its lesson even. Because if it's there for a reason. So thank it for its lesson. And then once you realize, okay, that's taught me whatever, and I have no more need for it, and then consciously release it. Energetically, emphatically affirm the positive and affirm the positives taking place in your own consciousness. And do it with passion if you can, right? When you engage with affirmations this way, passionately, you're not just reciting words, but you're embodying the change you wish to see in your life. This practice, and it's practice, helps anchor this new positive idea deep within your subconscious mind. To illustrate the transformative potential of affirmations, let's go a little bit deeper into the experiences of individuals who've had committed them with intention and belief. Think of the countless stories of people who have overcome significant challenges through the power of positive thinking. I have a story of a woman who, after years of struggling with self-doubt and low self-esteem, started using affirmations such as, I am enough and I deserve to be happy. Simple. I'm enough and I deserve to be happy. Over time, these affirmations helped shift her mindset. It helped her build self-confidence and helped her create a more fulfilling life. Another inspiring example is a man who had faced financial difficulties. And by affirming daily that abundance flows freely into my life and I am supplied and supported, that's what he said. Abundance flows freely into my life and I am supplied and supported. This person began to see opportunities where all he once could see was every obstacle that there was. So you can talk about the problems and the obstacles, and then you'll see more problems than obstacles. That's what we call the law of seeing. Or you can choose to see peace instead of this. You can choose to see abundance instead of this. You can choose to see it a different way. And you can choose to see yourself as being supplied and supported. And then you will, in fact, see evidence of the way you're seeing life. I'm reminded of Chuck C. in recovery circles, who wrote a book called A New Pair of Glasses. So what we're asking ourselves in this is to put on a new pair of glasses. Be determined to come from a connection, because you're one with Source. Remember, you have this connection with Source. You have connection with unlimited power within you, operating through you. Connect with that awareness and see it a different way. See yourself as being supplied and supported, knowing you could see peace instead of this. You could see abundance instead of this if you really wanted to. So for this last gentleman, his affirmations, abundance flows freely into his life, and saying, I'm supplied and supported, and believing it, right? The obstacles that were in his life started to disappear. His constant affirmative practice helped him to attract new business prospects and improve his financial situation dramatically, I guess is all I can say. The stories show us that affirmations, when practiced with dedication, will lead to a profound change. Now, let's take a few minutes to think of one affirmation that you yourself might share with the group. You don't have to share it, but think of something that might be really good for you. And you can raise your hand in the chat room so you can be called on first. One affirmation. Think of one that you might want to share with the group that you think could be particularly helpful. And then when it comes time to share, you could discuss any challenges you faced when creating or using affirmations. Sometimes when you state that I'm supplied and supported, you might go through a lot of experiences where you'll see examples where you're not. Well, if that's the case, you just keep working on it until you see that you are. We want to encourage and support everyone in integrating affirmations into your day-to-day living. Here's some affirmations that we did from the last time I did this version of this class was 2023. So I wrote down some of the affirmations that some of the class members put together. Here's the first one. I'm confident and capable in all that I do. People like that one. The next, you can write your own. I'm encouraging you to. I attract positive and loving relationships into my life. I've got a third. I am deserving of all the good things that life has to offer. So you can write one for yourself if you want to share it in the chat, or raise your hand and talk about it in a moment or two. Let's explore just a little bit more about Louise Hay's impact in our movement. Louise Hay wasn't just an author. To us, she was one of our beloved practitioners. She was a healer, she was a teacher, and she was a pioneer in the self-help movement. Her journey from overcoming personal hardships is well documented. Her journey from that to becoming a beacon of light for millions worldwide is truly inspiring. Louise believed in the power of positive thinking and affirmations to create health, prosperity, and inner peace. Her connection, first of all, with Source, and her connection with First Church was profound. Her legacy lives on through our work, through our teachings, and our practices. Her philosophy, which was borrowed largely from religious science, was simple and powerful. Every thought we think is creating our future, she said. She believed that we could heal our lives by changing our thinking, having a shift in consciousness. This approach has helped countless individuals, millions worldwide, to find hope, healing, and empowerment. Her teaching reminds us that no matter what we have gone through, the best days are still ahead of us, and we have the power to create a new story for ourselves. The final chapter hasn't been written. So as we continue to practice affirmations, we might encounter habitual thoughts that no longer serve us. These thoughts can always be seen of, as I mentioned, as opportunities for growth. Every single thing that's happened to you has happened for you and has brought you to a higher place of understanding. When you notice a negative thought, don't judge yourself for it. I say, oh, here you are again. Don't judge yourself for it. Acknowledge it, thank it for whatever it has to offer you, for whatever role it has played in your life, and then consciously release the need for it. This process makes room for positive affirmations to take root and to flourish. So let's take another moment or two to reflect on how these affirmations can be applied in our daily living. Consider, if you can, setting aside a minute or two each morning and evening for your affirmations, for your affirmative prayer. This practice can be powerful. It can be a powerful way to start your day or end your day with positivity and intention. A lot of times people go to sleep listening to affirmations. It's really wonderful if you have some of this information to fall asleep to or to start your day off with. You might also want to keep an affirmation journal, as I did for many years, where you write down your affirmative prayers and your thoughts and you track your progress. Here's a few additional affirmations to incorporate into your daily practice. Use any you want. I have 4 or 5. I'm a magnet for miracles is one that I thought you might like. I am open to receiving limitless abundance. Maybe you like that one. I'm a magnet for miracles, or I'm open to receiving limitless abundance. Here's another. I radiate love, peace, and happiness. Yes, I radiate love, peace, and happiness. Or another. I'm grateful for the good that flows into my life. I'm grateful for the good that flows into my life. I'll give you one more. I'm resilient, strong, and brave. You might choose that one. I am resilient, strong, and brave. So as we bring this Thursday's session to a close, let's wrap it up with a little meditation. Sit comfortably, close your eyes for just a moment, take a deep breath, allowing any tension, if there's any, to melt away with each time you breathe. Visualize now a radiant light of love and healing enveloping you, surrounding you, and silently repeat the affirmation, I am healthy, I am healed, I am whole, I am love. One more time. I am healthy, I am healed, I am whole, I am love. Feel the peaceful healing energy surrounding you. If you feel moved by today's class, you wish to support our work, we gratefully accept love offerings. Your support helps us keep the work and our teachings going to a wider audience. Thank you for joining us this evening. Remember, you're always welcome here at First Church of Religious Science. Join us next week for another empowering lesson. stay tuned now because we're going to turn the microphones over to you. Let us close with an affirmation. Every thought I think is creating my future. I am in the process of positive change. Have a wonderful evening, and may you be blessed with love and peace and healing. And so it is.